Hello class. Today we will complete the remaining topic of the first chapter, that is resource and development. As in the last week we did the question answer from land resource, so in this week we will discuss the rest of the portion. Now let's have a look that how many topic we have already covered so far. The first one is the resource, its definition and concept, characteristics of resource, classification of resource, development, sustainable development, resource planning, conservation of resource, land resource, and in this week we will discuss the soil resource, its conservation and the causes of the land degradation. So to understand the concept that why soil is considered as a resource, we need to understand the definition and the types of the resource. As you know that our earth is consisting with so many layers and the topmost layer is crust. This layer is actually made up of different rocks and the remaining sediments of the rock is known as the soil. So the topmost layers of the earth crust is known as soil. So this is the basic definition of the soil. Now we will learn about the soil profile and the factors which are responsible for the formation of such profile. Firstly, we will discuss what is soil profile. Let me tell you the definition in a very simple way, that basically it is a vertical cross sections of the soil made of layers running parallel to the surface. This is a basic and a very general definition of the soil profile. These are also known as the horizon as well. Basically, the layers of the soil can be easily identified by the soil color and the types, means the size. The different layers are layer O, that is the topmost layer of the earth, and next one is the layer A, third one is the layer B or B horizon, fourth one is the C horizon or the layer C, and the last one here it is written, that is R, or you can say it as a D, that means the D horizon. Now let me tell you the characteristics of such profiles and the layers of the soil profile. First one is the O horizon. This is the uppermost layer of the topsoil, and this type of layer is composed of the organic materials such as dead leaves, fallen trees, and basically O horizon, it contains about the 20% to 30% organic matter. Okay, and the color of this particular soil is quite dark black or the dark brown. Next one is the A horizon or the second layer of the soil profile, that is known also as the topsoil. Okay, so this is the second layer of the soil profile. This layer is also very organic, and the most important thing is here the seed germinations are happened in this layer. So basically this layer is consist of fungi and bacteria as well. Next layer or the third layer is known as the B layer or the B horizon, or else we can say that it is the another name of the B horizon is the subsoil. This layer is exactly situated just below the topsoil or the A horizon, and this layer is contains humus and the soluble minerals. One more important characteristics or the properties of this soil is this layer hold the minimum water. Okay. Next layer is the fourth layer, that is the C horizon, or else we can say that it is known as the parent rock. The last one is known as the R, or you can say it as a D horizon, which basically famous in the name of the bedrock. Now we will discuss the factors which are responsible for the formation of the soil profile. The first one is the relief. What does it mean? What is the meaning of the relief? Basically relief is the undulating topography of a particular place. Means in the mountainous region, suppose we basically we are seen over there the undulating surface. Okay, so and in the plain region there we can see the flat surface. So it is quite obvious that if the rainfall happened in the mountainous region, so the surface runoff happen there rather more than in the plain region. So if the surface runoff happens, so it is very obvious that the topmost layer or the uppermost portion of the soil, it easily can be washed out. Okay, so that soil can be a immature soil. So next point is the parent rock. Parent rock plays a very vital role behind the soil formation and the soil profile as well. As the characteristics of the parent rock is very important. Suppose particular soil, it is being formed from the igneous rock, so that means that particular soil also should have the characteristics of the igneous rock as well. Okay, suppose a rock which is known as the alluvial soil which is known as alluvial soil, that particular soil are being formed from the alluvium or the sediments from the river. So that's why we can see the characteristics of the alluvium in the alluvial soil. So the characteristics of a parent rock is also important or plays a very vital role behind the formation of the soil profile. Next one is the climate, fourth one is the time, and the fifth one is the organism. Why climate is a very important factor behind the soil formation? As because we can observe the forest soil there in the mountainous region. Okay, why? As we all know that the vegetation cover is quite high in the mountainous region. Okay, so that's why the soil which is very rich in humus, that particular type of soil we can observe there in the mountainous region. Okay, so climate plays also a very crucial role. In the tropical region, there also we can see a very a soil which is very rich in the humus, as because the vegetation cover is also there is very high, very dense, and the means what should I say, the means amount of the precipitation is quite high over there. Okay, so the soil of the tropical region is quite rich in humus. Next one is the time. Time is also a very crucial factor behind the formation of the soil profile, as because the soil, a particular soil which get the maximum time for the formation, that soil is known as the mature soil. Okay. Last one is the organism, as I already said in that point of the climate. So these two points are almost same. Okay, so these are the factors which are really very plays a very crucial role behind the formation of the soil profile. In the next slide, we can see here the major soil types in India. Okay, basically there are 6 soil types we can observe in our country. See, in the uppermost portion in the mountainous region, there we can observe the forest soil, as I already told you, and it denoted by here as a brown color. Okay, in the middlemost portion of your country, we can see over there the black soil, which is denoted by the ash color. Okay, just in between the forest soil and the black soil, we can observe there the alluvial soil. As we all know, that root is the root of the main river, that is the Ganga. Okay, so the alluvial soil also we can see over there. See, in the western portion of your country, there we can observe the arid soil. Okay, that area is basically known as the desert area, so there we can observe the arid soil over there. Okay, so these are the major soil types we can observe throughout our country. What are the causes and the characteristics? In the next few slides we will discuss. The first one is the alluvial soil. We all know the name, that is the alluvial, and this alluvial soil, the name and the term came from the word alluvium. What is the meaning of the alluvium? Basically, alluvium is the sediment or the deposition of a river. Okay, so the alluvial soil, basically we can it being formed from the deposition of a river. This particular soil is very fertile, we all know. Okay, and this soil is very favorable for growing of crops. And one more characteristics of this soil is it is dark also and light also in color, and this layer is very rich in potash and humus. Rice, wheat, sugarcane and cotton, jute, these are the important or the main crops we can grow in the alluvial soil. Next soil is the black soil. This soil basically we can see in the middlemost portion of our country, that in the plateau region. This soil is consist with basalt. Why? Because in this area we know that this area is known as the Deccan Trap as well. So in the molten magma, this area is formed due to the molten magma, with the help of the molten magma. So it is very obvious that the characteristics of the parent rock, as I already told you, can be seen or must have been seen in the characteristics of the soil as well. Next soil type is the red soil. This soil is basically develops in the warm temperature and the moist climatic area. So in our country, Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Middle Ganga basin, we can observe the red soil over there. It is red in color as it is formed from the igneous rock. Okay, and tell me one thing, this rock is not that much fertile for the agriculture. Next one is the laterite soil. This soil basically is very rich in iron. Okay, and the most important characteristics of this soil is the leaching process we can see over there. We can observe the leaching process over there. What is that particular process? Leaching is a kind of runoff of the water from the topmost layer to the means lower layer. Okay, when the water drops are percolated and it washed down from the uppermost layer to the downwards, so that particular process is known as the leaching. So in this type of soil, means in the laterite soil, this type of process of the leaching of the soil formation we can observe there in the laterite soil. Now in this slide we will discuss about the soil erosion and the degradation. Okay, as this the characteristics of the soil we have already learned in our junior classes, so that's why I didn't give you so much explanation over here. I just go with the next point, that is soil erosion and the degradation. Erosion, as I already told you in the land degradation portion, that while a particular land it loses its fertility, that means in this case while a particular soil it loses its fertility or its characteristics, that means the soil is degraded. Okay, and that process, in that process we called as the soil erosion or the soil degradation. So basically these are the factors which are responsible for the soil erosion. Let me call out the factors, that is deforestation, overgrazing, constructions, overuse of the chemical fertilizer, pesticides and natural calamities. This portion basically it is very simple. This soil resource and the conservation, this topic is very simple, as I already explained in the land resource area in a very detailed manner. So it is almost same as the land resource. So the factors are the deforestation. So we need to we should not cut down the trees, and the overgrazing, constructions, over uses of pesticides. So these are the causes of the soil erosion. Now in the next slide we will discuss the method of the soil conservation. First let me tell you some methods which we can use for the soil conservation, that is the control ploughing, terrace farming, runoff control method we can use, the vine breaks, dry farming, and indigenous crops we can go over there which soil is very degraded. The indigenous crop is very suitable for them to boost up the nutrients, because this type of crops provides the nutrients in the soil. So these are the the systematic process of the conservation of the soil. Okay, and it is very simple. That means what are the causes of the soil degradation? If that can be excluded, if that can be minimized, so automatically the soil conservation process or the method we can what should I say, we can develop those methods for the method of the soil conservation. If I stop those causes, automatically the problem will be solved, as I told you earlier in the land resource chapter. So this is the least portion that already left, and today I'll just covered the full syllabus. The first syllabus means the first chapter, that is the resource and the management. Please refer the audio and the video as well, and in the next live class we will discuss the complete chapter. Okay, so till then keep preparing yourself. Bye bye and take care.